Does the new firmware fix the overheating on the Sony A9? Let's find out. What is good, YouTube? It's That One Camera Guy, back at it again with another video for you. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new firmware that Sony just released on, June 6th, depending on when you watch this video. To clarify, when I was looking at the information that was given, it is only addressing the indicator. It seems like it's not really addressing the overheating problem at all. It's just going to slow down the point or increase the thermal threshold when the overheating indicator will turn on. I think this was going to help users not start to panic like I did, I guess. I'll call that out now, when the indicator comes on. So, but what does that really mean in the grand scheme of things? Now, I haven't had a chance to actually go test it out and shoot with it at an actual sporting event because it just recently came out, but I will do it when I get the chance to. I did, however, do several tests today and got that all squared away. But really quick, as far as installation is concerned, it's really simple. All you got to do is actually just go to the website. I'll post a link in the description below. You go there, you download the correct firmware for your particular operating system, Mac or Windows, whatever it happens to be. Afterwards, it's pretty simple. Just make sure you're using a USB cable, preferably the one that came with your camera, and connect it to your computer, and just follow the directions and it installs. It did take some time. It wasn't really fast, but 15 minutes, that's not bad. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get it installed, so make sure you plan ahead. So I know what you're thinking again. Does it solve the overheating problem? The answer is no. The camera will still overheat and it will still shut down. I did do 3 tests, and I'll go and show that to you right now. And there is some interesting things that happened with it. So you kind of look at it and make up your mind. So let's go ahead and jump into that right now. So if we take a look right here, I have 3 different little tests that I did. This first one that you're going to take a look at, I'm going to speed through it obviously, is an idle test. It was set to airplane mode, both models. The left camera has the firmware update and the right one has the old one. No stabilization was activated. This was just standard temperature, okay, standard temperature mode. And the cameras, I actually moved the screen slightly out, so the screen was a little bit ajar, like just slightly, from the back of the camera. So let me go ahead and speed through it. So as you can take a look, as I speed through it, you can see the time signature. That's minutes that you're seeing there. And right around here, and I'll put a little indicator note, it says at 6:34, the one with the old firmware, the Sony A9 with the old firmware, it comes on. So that was interesting. And I only did this test for about 30 minutes. So I just left the cameras alone, I kept going, and if you take a look, there is no overheating indicator on the firmware on the left-hand side. Okay? So I think Sony, their goal, I'm assuming, with this particular firmware, was to slow down the overheating indicator from activating. It looks like they did it. Now, in terms of just in a photo shooting scenario, we'll see what happens. I mean, I could do a test. There's like 2 more tests I want to do with the battery grip. So I want to have a battery grip on one end, no battery grip on the other. But maybe if you hold the shutter button down, we can find out which one would activate the overheating first. I'm going to bet, based on this result, that it's going to work to slow down that indicator from activating. So let's jump back to another test that I did. Let's take a look at this one. This one's 4K. So this is additional test. This is just me going crazy, right? This is not ideal. You shouldn't be shooting 4K in direct sunlight with these cameras. I think we all kind of have at least understood that. But here are the settings. 4K, standard temperature, airplane mode, no stabilization. All right, so there's the cameras. They're all set up. And let's just go ahead and speed through this. Okay. Again, we're in minutes there. Let's go through it. There we go. On the old firmware, the overheating indicator came on at 226. Okay, at 226 right here. And if you keep scrolling through, you'll notice that the new firmware, the overheating indicator came on just maybe 14 seconds after, at 240. If you keep going, the camera's actually shut down within 13 seconds of each other. So within 13 seconds, the other one shut down. So by looking at this scenario right now with the new firmware and the old firmware, I'm going to conclude that, like what we all thought, it's not correcting or slowing down the overheating. It's only addressing the indicator. Now let's go and take a look at one more test that I did. Now I botched this test. I'm just letting you know that to be very transparent with you. But this one here, this is 4K with extended options. So I've activated the extended temperature option this time. So let's take a look. The test got botched because something weird happened. The autofocus on the left one with the old firmware was pulsating. So if you take a look, you'll notice the actual one on the left, it's pulsating back and forth. So, but what we notice here is that at 4:06, the overheating indicator turns on, and if we keep going, you'll see later I kind of corrected the autofocusing issue with the camera. So you'll see my hand kind of jump in there. I'm not trying to do anything sketchy, but I didn't want to stop the test. So I go ahead and correct the autofocus mode so it stops pulsating. But soon afterwards, the new firmware at 12:55, the overheating indicator activates on that one. And then I keep letting them do their thing, but here's the crazy part. Okay, let's take a look. Here's where it is. This is interesting. They both shut off almost identical within a second of each other. 1647, 1648. The two cameras literally almost in parity shut down. So yes, the flaw, I might redo that test again, but it's looking like it's only just the indicator, okay? We're just confirming that with these tests so that we're all clear and we're all good to go. And I was thinking this would be interesting for you to see, but I'm just letting you know, that was 4K recording, direct sunlight in like 91 degrees Fahrenheit weather, and they shut down within 16 minutes with the extended temperature option activated. So that's what I have to show you. I still got a couple of other tests. If there's other ones you want me to do, since I have 2 copies of this, please let me know. I'm running out of time. I know some people have asked about the multi-adapter option. I don't know if I want to drop money on getting that, and I don't know if it's going to resolve any of the bigger problems. Again, Sony's just fixing the overheating indicator. We'll see if... I really don't think there's going to be a way for them to fix the overheating, period. I think everyone's kind of concluded that. You just have to use the methods and tricks to sort of slow down the overheating from occurring, whether that's getting a battery grip. But I'm going to test the battery grip tomorrow. Well, folks, that's all I got for you in this video. If you found it helpful, give it a like. If you didn't like it, give it a dislike. If you want to see another video, you know what to do. And subscribe if you haven't done so already. And with that said, I'm your host, That One Camera Guy, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.